Hello, good morning. I'm Emily Zach and I am the Director of Farm Practicum here at McHenry County College. Welcome to the MCC Student Farm. These are our two high tunnels. This is our movable tunnel and our fixed tunnel here behind me. And then we have our wash and pack building behind. And today we're going to visit all three. So this is our fixed tunnel, meaning it does not move. You can see my Intro to Farm Practicum class, we kind of snuck in one more short season in here. So we seeded some spinach and some lettuce, some Swiss chard and beets, and some bunching onions, some arugula. The kale and the spinach actually made it through from the winter. Even though it got down to negative 10 degrees over the winter, it still made it through. It's getting to the end of its life now, so it'll be harvested soon and enjoyed. But we did sneak one more short season in here before the summer stuff goes in. So this tunnel is a little more insulated than our other one. It actually has a double layer of plastic. We have a blower system over there that blows air in between the two layers. So it's a cushion of air in there to really insulate it. This tunnel is all automated. We are going to install solar panels out front. The solar panels will control the fan, and then the sides go down when it's hot and back up when it's cold. And it'll all be run on solar energy. This, in another month or so, we will have harvested everything that's in here, and then it'll be our summer hothouse. We will use these trellises here for cucumbers and tomatoes. They will grow up these. We will also have some holdings in here, and this will be full of the summer produce. And then come about end of September, October, we will start all over again, and then we will have winter vegetables for most of the winter. And that will be all our cold weather again, like spinach and lettuce and kale and arugula and some of those more hardy vegetables for the winter.
Emily, can you tell us a little bit about the fans that are running?
The fans are run on the thermostat, so they will go on and off depending on the temperature. There is a loop over here that will open. We're actually getting it fixed right this second. So it should be open when the fan is running. And then the thermostat is over there. And again, the whole thing will be open and closed and on and off, all run by solar energy by summer. In the corner there, you see our row cover. That is kind of a blanket for when it gets cold. We can cover all these vegetables. So if it gets down to say 20, we can cover them, and then they will survive a cold night. I feel like we're getting into spring now and we're not going to need them again. So I'm going to clean those up. Everything in here has been, it's been a really nice, mild, warm spring. So far everything is growing really well in here. Okay, so this is our movable tunnel, meaning it moves. We still have to install the track system. It's going to run all the way down. This is the outside area. And then this entire tunnel will be manually moved into 3 positions throughout the year. The idea of this is you could start your cold weather stuff inside the tunnel. It would have been started probably end of February, early March. Your cabbage, maybe some onions, some carrots, and then they're protected for those late winter, early spring months. When it starts warming up, like about right now, we would move it into the next position. We would get it cleaned up and ready for it to be a hothouse in the summer, let's say peppers and eggplant. And then it would move to the 3rd position in early fall. And then those, again, cold weather vegetables, let's say some leeks and some cabbage, would be protected into the winter. And then start all over again in 3 years. This really helps with the soil. In a fixed tunnel like this, the soil can build up all kinds of minerals, salts. And this way the rain will wash those away. The ground has rain. That is one thing with the tunnels, is no rain gets in here. So I'll show you inside. We have the drip line set up. We have to really, you have to water manually every day, especially right now. That tunnel is going to get close to 100 degrees today, so the water has to be on often. So at this point, the rail system is not put in, so the tunnel is just going to sit here. Hopefully in fall, we'll be able to move it at least into one position throughout this year. This actually my Intro to Farm Practicum class on Monday. We will be amending this. We are going to till this and move. This is called leaf mold. This is my favorite. It's from Midwest Organics. It's composted leaves. It's actually my favorite way to amend your soil. It is light and fluffy. It adds a lot of air to the soil, nutrients. If you put this down in the fall, you will notice a difference in your soil in the spring. It is one of my favorite ways to amend.
Okay, we're gonna head inside the movable tunnel. We'll follow Emily.
You have to be short. Okay, so this is the inside of our movable tunnel. This tunnel is all manual. So the Hort Mechanics class in a couple weeks are going to work on putting the roll-up sides. It's a manual system that you can just roll up the plastic on both sides so it'll be open on the sides. You'll have to close it at night when it gets cold, open back up during the day. And that will be installed soon. And then we have actually wax pistons that I had to take off for the winter that I need to put on right now. That will open these end windows and the loops up on top. Those will also open with wax pistons. So when they warm up, they will open. At night when it gets cold, they will close back up. And then these are our brand new ends. They open like this. And then you can chain them up here and hold them up during the day, close them back down at night. And then once it is warm continually, when the nights are nice and warm, we can actually completely remove these. So then the ends will be open, the sides will be open, the windows will be open, and this will have a lot more ventilation going. So this is going to be our peppers, eggplant, bush beans, some basil. We're going to do some cilantro. We're going to see some carrots. You can see this is the drip line. So it's hooked up to our to the hose, to the water system. Water comes in here. This is the drip tape, and there's little holes every 4 inches, and the water slowly drips out during the day. So my Intro to Farm Practicum class, we are setting this up. We will finish on Monday. So you can see each bed. There's 6 beds in here. They're 30 inches in width. That the plants will be in between the drip lines. We'll run these down, we'll staple them into the ground, and then the water, can slowly feed the plants. Because there's not a double layer in this in this movable tunnel, this one is not quite as insulated as the fixed tunnel. So this one will be more summer production, but we can definitely get things in here earlier in the spring. They'll go later in the fall. It's not frost resistant in here, but it definitely offers a little more protection. But winter will definitely get cold. So in the winter, we will put in a cover crop. This winter we did winter rye. We planted it in mid-fall. It grew in here all winter. We just tilled it in about 2 weeks ago. And it really amends the soil, helps with compaction, adds nutrients back into the soil.
So when this moves, then there will be plants growing in here, and the end walls that you just showed us, they go up so that it can clear the plants.
Exactly.
Is that right?
Yep.
Okay.
So because we do have to move this when there will be plants growing in here and growing outside possibly, we'll probably won't do any tall. I'm not going to do any tomatoes or cucumbers in here. During the summer, I'll stick with the peppers and the eggplant, and these end walls will be able to clear those. And go right on top of them. So this is our pole barn, our wash and pack. You enter here. We are working on to be organic certified, so we are doing a lot of record keeping. This is where we have a sanitation log when we scrub our tables and our sinks. We have an incident report, illness report when people get hurt. Not that anybody will, but just in case. And what we spray on our soil and what we amend it with. We keep really good records so we can be organic certified very soon. So we walk in here. So this is our wash and pack. The idea in here is as dirty vegetables come in from the garden, they come in this way, whether it's in crates, in wagons, on the back of our tractor that we're going to buy. They come in here and they're immediately dumped on the tables. Our potatoes and carrots are dumped and sprayed with water to get the dirt off. We have dump takes for cabbage and lettuce. Everything is washed and rinsed. And then they will go into clean crates and they will go out the door. And then they will go out the door to the cafeteria, into our culinary program, into a food pantry, to a farm stand. And the clean produce will go out. Now, if we have to store the produce for a little bit longer, if it's not going to be immediately delivered, it will come into our cool bot. So a cool bot is a do-it-yourself way to make a walk-in cooler. So you have to insulate part of your building. That is just a window unit air conditioner. The CoolBot mechanism is there on the right, and it tells the air conditioner to not turn off. So you can program it to be the same temperature as a fridge, 38 to 42 degrees. And it will run and insulate this, and cool this, and now it is a walk-in fridge. This is a really inexpensive way for a farmer to have a walk-in cooler without having to buy a $10,000 walk-in cooler. I've seen one of these. It was an old barn. It was just for storage, and the farmer insulated one little corner of his barn and turned it into a really nice walk-in cooler. So it doesn't take much to do something like this in just a small building that you have. Okay, well that is the MCC Student Farm. Thanks for joining us today. We are always open. You will see me outside working all the time. Feel free to come out, say hi, help me weed, and come out and visit us because it's really nice out here. So for the rest of Earth Month, next Wednesday we have a composting tour. You're going to go a more in-depth tour of our compost bin with Rich Tobias, and he will tell you exactly how to start a home composting system at home and how easy it is to keep all that produce out of our landfills. And then the last Wednesday of the month, we are going to crack open our beehives, and we are going to have some guest speakers come out and show us how to set up beehives in a backyard. So thank you so much for joining us, and we'll see you next week.